Welcome to Tech. Today, we got an extended edition. We're gonna tell you what Shane thinks about this Tesla cybertruck. And we got John's predictions of what this cybertruck could do. And at the end, I have a surprise for you. So stay tuned on Tech, Auto, and Gaming.
How pretty, watch. Look at that right there.
Whoa!
Tag, you're it.
Huh. I think it's growing on me.
Hey, bro.
Hey, how's it going?
Wow, dude, nice concept. Truck, SUV thing. That's cool.
I think you should actually call it more of a car, but
Well, it's a good concept. I like it. It looks like a DeLorean on steroids.
yeah, you do know that's a Tesla, right?
It's not Tesla. Tesla's not the balls to make anything that cool.
It's a Tesla.
Isn't that Tesla?
Tesla.
Nah.
I'll make you a bet.
Alright. I'll smash my windows if that's Tesla. Get it? Joke.
Smash the window.
Yeah.
It's a Tesla.
No way!
Yeah.
Tesla would make something that cool. They make boring ass civilian cars for normal people. I'm not a normal person. I'm better than that, you know what I'm saying, Derek? Yeah.
So what do you think of it?
I like that bed. The bed's pretty badass. Kind of looks like the Honda Ridgeline, you know? The little slow
You know
back
what's
there.
really cool about that bed? Is Tesla designed that bed. So you could take any of those aftermarket like slide-on clips. So any part of that bed, you can just go ahead and pop that in.
Like an aircraft hauler thing?
I think so. You literally pop it in, slide it on, hook up your strap, anywhere along that bed. where
It's
you
like
can,
an aircraft thing.
anywhere along that
That's
bed,
kinda cool.
and you can ratchet that sucker down. You're good, because that's the biggest thing with a truck is you have literally on most pickups 4 points.
Yeah.
Sometimes 6 or 8, depending.
Yeah, if you extend it, it's usually about 8.
So, but that's it. Clip here, clip here.
So you're
With-
saying, there, I can take any clippy thing that's got a thing on it from like the hardware store and put in there, and there you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, that is bitchin'.
What else do you like about the truck?
Well, I think that the front end is that, you know, it's like a Land Rover headset. Any good off-road vehicle, the front wheels should always be able to be in front of the nose. And with that, they could be. So if you're going off-road, you could go on a big dip, and you can still get the front wheels to go. That's cool. You know what's really cool about it? Okay, so you see like the slopiness of it? It's, you know, it's kind of like a DeLorean, you know, because DeLorean is one of the coolest cars in the world. I feel that the slopiness, kind of, the way they did it, and the front end, kind of looks like also the Warthog from Halo. You know,
A lot of people have said that.
the Warthog
It's a
from Halo.
Warthog.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool. There is one problem with it though, and I think my shirt explains it best. It doesn't have a manual transmission. Well, let me say this. John might say, well, it's not sufficient to have manual transmission. There's something called rotational mass. And if you have rotational mass, if let's say you're in a Tesla truck there and you're going 60 miles per hour and your rotational mass is moving to 8,000 RPMs, if you multiply that times the mass that's on the outside times the RPM, you have more mass, therefore more weight, therefore it's less efficient. So a transmission would actually make it more efficient. Some experts do say about 15 to 20% more efficient.
Doesn't make a lot of noise on.
Oh man, you see, they should just make it one. Like, you know, if you have an RC plane that goes, whee, just do that. Just do that, just make it go, whee, and everyone's like, oh, the one, I'm like, no, because when you hit the foot and the gas, whee, that would be awesome.
Sounds like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, Lane Falcon. And then just go, so get rid of that noise insulation, and make it so that the bearings there make a little bit of noise. Not that hard. Make a little bit of noise.
So you like this car?
I love the Tesla Cybertruck.
Did you see the inside?
You're talking about the steering wheel? I saw the funky steering wheel.
That's really cool steering.
I like the bench seats. I love bench seats. There's like, oh,
Six-seaters.
everyone's like, oh, bucket seats great. Yeah, bucket seats are great. It's in a sports car. You want a bucket seat. But the problem with all modern day cars, it's like the Prius and Impala, which don't make anymore. The Charger, the Dodge Charger, which is a cool looking car, it has bucket seats. Now, the Dodge Charger is not a handling car. You're not gonna be going, oh yeah, I'm in a Dodge Charger. You're not gonna do it. You're going in a straight line. Just give it a bench seat. Bench seats are nice. You know what's in a bench seat? Is you put like in that thing there, you put the cup holder thing up, you lay your girl down, you know, You know
what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that this is cool. And then I also say about the funky steering wheel thing, okay? Because it's a Tesla, Tesla is saying they're not going to make you have to turn the whole thing. If you're only going to be doing this anyways, why would you need a circular, You know. Because if the whole thing's electric, and you're just going like this, and that's considered full lock, and that's considered full lock, you don't need to do the suicide turn. You don't need to do it. You just go. And if you're out, let's say you're on an ice lake, and you know, or the ocean's a little frozen up north there. It might take it up north. I don't know. And legally, you can drink a beer while driving in those certain areas. You know.
That's where timeless driving comes in.
Yeah, no, it just makes it easier.
I
still make drive on drinking.
Oh, okay. So what do you think of headlights?
I think the headlights, they're cool looking, but there's the problem I hate about all modern headlights, including the Teslas, is in, let's say, my 99 Toyota Celica GT, or my girlfriend's 2000 Toyota Celica GTS, you just go in there. With mine, it's a big square light, you just unscrew, put new in, screw back. With hers, you spin the thing up, put new in it. And I don't think you're going to do that.
No. This one, you're probably going to have to rip the bumper off, and then go ahead and find each individual light, and then you're going to have a service call. Gonna have to call, have a service call.
Yeah, I don't like that. But anyway, you know what else I like? You know what else I like? I like the whole bed ramp thing.
I was gonna just ask you about that.
I love the bed ramp thing. Because you know, here's the thing. Aaron's like, they made fun of people with the Ford step thing.
Any freaking truck company out there?
I don't know. He was like, oh, the Ford truck, you know, because they had a commercial. Chevy did a commercial about how, well, I don't need a sissy step. And then Chevy makes a tailgate, or GM makes a tailgate that folds down and gives you a sissy step anyways. That's nice. They just went one step by and said,
Yeah.
We're gonna one up you on this one. We're gonna take that Florida beer and we're gonna give you Wisconsin or Canadian beer here, Derry.
We're gonna give you a ramp.
That's right.
And not just any old ramp. I mean, literally, you watch this ramp, it pulls out to 1, 2. Is it just 2?
I don't know.
It's like 1 or 2, or plus the bed, and you just drive it up. It's not like pull it down, flip something down, then you go up. No, this is literally, and he's sliding up. That's really, it's like a telescope.
I love that.
And then
it's just
ABT. And you can like push your lawnmower up there, push your frickin' snowblower up there. Hell, fucking just walk up there with a bunch of wood and drop it on in.
That's true. That's what I was gonna say. Because the only thing about truck bed, which I can tell you for a fact, if you're loading shit up there like wood or car parts or whatever, you got to sit there and either walk up into it, set down, which is difficult when when it's 4 feet off the ground. You gotta be like, or you got to go to the side of the truck and load it. But if you're the ramp, you just go, and then you go.
Oh yeah.
Down you go.
Especially if they're bricks.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Or stone. Let's say you're doing the garden, you need some bags of stone. There you go.
What do you think of the air compressor that's built in and the converter that's built in?
Well, I love the converter. I mean, a lot of cars do the converter now. I think that should be a standard car. That should be a standard in cars before I was born. I mean, it just makes sense.
A lot of cars haven't adapted to that converter.
That's just so dumb because you've had to buy. Since my dad was younger, he bought that stuff.
Look at Erica's car. No
that's
converter. However, if you look at a Pontiac Vibe, they have a 115 volt inverter in that sucker.
Yeah,
why the hell wouldn't you have?
I don't know. It's not. It literally it costs the automotive manufacturer because you can buy one at the store, go to the hardware store, and I had one that lasted me from when I was 17 years old until I was 25. So it was $30. Okay, about $30, and it lasted me, almost 8 years. So they could they could put a little extra money into it, make it a little more higher quality, and put it in there, and it'll last just fine. It's not that expensive, so it's dumb.
Well, Tesla has it easy. They got literally pulling from the battery.
They're pulling from the battery, just convert. And here's another thing about the air compressor. I love that thing. And the thing is, because you have those air suspensions, they already have a built-in tank. It's already there, So you have that built-in tank that's there to either give more air to the suspension or, the release valve does its own thing, but it's there. So you just hook it into that tank and you're like, I got it. Now, I highly doubt it's gonna be like a huge, I'm probably sure, because most of those systems are limited to 150 PSI. So I highly doubt you're gonna be able to get high up. But 150 PSI is still pretty decent. I like the price. The price there. $40,000 for a standard one. That does go 0 to 60 in 6 point something seconds. It's under 7 seconds.
6.5.
Well, that's plenty. It's a truck.
$49.90 or $49.9 for the 4.5 second.
Yeah, I'm curious with that.
And 70 for the tri-motor that goes 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. And the difference between all those is you can haul 14, 10, and 7. So, to wrap this segment up, you like it.
I love it. I would actually buy one. No joke, I buy it. Not because it's good.
We converted him. He loves the Tesla.
No, let me put that on. I love the Tesla, but I'd still have my sports car on the side. I would still have the sports car on the side.
We're close. Let's put it
because
down.
I can't shift.
Alright, anyways, moving on, John.
The only thing I gotta add is like a prediction.
Okay.
So looking towards the future.
Predictions.
Yes. We'll look at the past first. So the Model S changed everything and how it does the interior. Much more Spartan. You know, the Model, and it was, people weren't happy about it. The Model 3 took it one step further. People were not happy about that. And this is all the interior. Like the outside of the car was still pretty streamlined, you know. And then the Mach-E looks like it should have been released a couple years after the Model S. It's got the Fox grille on it. It's, you know, it's a nice looking car and has that pretty much a poorly copied homework interior of the Model S that they pulled off pretty well. I think that in the next 3-4 years, there's going to be EVs coming out from major automakers that's going to look like the 3 on the inside. They're going to go pure Spartan interiors, and it's going to be the trend. So that'll be Tesla from 2012, setting trends that are now going into effect in 2019 with the major automakers. You know, 2017 with the Model 3, that's going to be going into effect in 2023 or whatever with major automakers. And then this truck, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the aesthetic, I would not be surprised. I don't think it's going to go as extreme as this is, and I think the edges are going to soften and they're going to kind of Sonic the Hedgehog a little bit, the looks of it. I do think they're going to tweak it a bit.
On the truck.
Yeah, on the truck a little bit. Maybe not to the extent that they did in the actual Sonic the Hedgehog movie. but I do think they're going to do a little bit of that, like walking it back, just a touch. So that's one prediction. But I also think they're going to maintain enough of it that it's going to majorly change in about 10 years from now. There's going to be a lot of trucks that are going to have a lot more of those like sleeked edges. It's going to go away from like the nose, the big, you know,
the big
it's that squared off
nose.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more of a
and then you go up into the
pointed
cab
off
then,
nose.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be a much more like sloped nose because you don't need that engine compartment.
No.
So it needed to change. The Rivian is.
Do you think the Tesla will even maybe get rid of more of their nose?
I think they're gonna stay with the same design. Like they haven't changed the S much at all. Like a little bit of the front.
Do you think
bumper,
there's a
that's it.
front to the?
Yes,
truck?
there's.
There is?
Oh yeah.
Show that. See, all these things,
Yeah.
they extended their little display. They did.
But the Rivian made a modern truck as an EV. Tesla took all like the reasons, like all the things that you can do in an EV without any like it's like they made that truck in a vacuum without any consideration to what's currently done.
Yeah.
Which is why they came up with something so ridiculous, I guess.
What I like about the Rivian though, and I wish Tesla would have done, is that underneath the freaking seats in the back, they threw this huge big storage area.
My guess that's where their inverters and stuff are. Because if you're gonna have your one motor or two motors in the back, you know, you want your weight probably centered in the vehicle for your best handling. So my guess is they have something in there because they don't let open space go to waste.
That's true.
So also look at the Rivian. What are you gonna put in? Skis? For like
Tent.
I guess a tent and
I could put my huge ass freaking Hilton tent in there.
I guess I can see it, but it's really like a confined. It's got to be like, isn't it like what, like about that?
Yeah,
it's a little square.
I don't know. You could throw maybe a cooler in there or something. I don't know.
You'd have to have like
5 small coolers.
Get like
small coolers.
a bottle cannon. So like a cooler that's round with like an inch of foam, and you put one bottle. You know, you set your bottles in. So it's like a bottle cannon cooler.
All right.
You should make that and sell that for the Rivian.
That's a good idea.
Shit.
All right, so I guess the Rivian isn't, that little thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I just want to throw my tent in there.
Well, I mean, it for certain things, but
I won't buy the Rivian, and here's why. There's no network. Like, here's what Tesla has more than any other electric car company: a charging network.
Electrify America is nothing to like, ignore anymore. The Electrify America is getting big.
I get that, but the thing is, Rivian still hasn't been contact. No one has contacted Tesla and been like, "Hey, can we use your network?"
Actually, so Elon Musk did comment on that once, and he said they did have conversations, but all these other automakers like, "Oh, we want to use your network, but you gotta change this. You gotta make it do this."
Yes, and he said he's not doing that.
Yeah, he's like, "No,
you adapt.
here's our network.
Here's our adapter.
Yeah.
You contact us with these standards. Here's our standards.
And make it so it's plug and play. You don't have to do anything. That's fine." And they didn't do that. They're idiots.
No.
But Electrify America is getting bigger. But the thing is I have a Tesla. I can plug into a supercharger. I can plug into Electrify America.
That is why Tesla is really the only electric car if you want to travel in the United States or any other country that has.
Last year around this time.
Because you can get a Rivian, sure. You're still stranded to your house, the plug.
The Electrify America. The
how
network is
far
bigger.
you can travel before you have to actually plug into another wall outlet. So.
Yeah, I mean, I drove to Florida last year with my Tesla.
But that was what
It took me an hour longer than my brother minivan.
You were able to pull in a supercharger, plug in.
But I think
Less than a half an hour later, you're back on the road, right?
Yeah, yeah. One time we walked into a TGI Fridays for dinner, and we're like, the waitress came up to us like, "All right, would you like anything to drink?" We're like, "Man, water. I want this. She wants that, and our check please immediately with the meal." Because the car is like gonna be done charging in 20 minutes. So we didn't even have time to eat. Like, granted, we could have just like taken our time and eaten whatever. But we did want to get back on the road before it got too late. But yeah, and it was kind of perfect because by the time we're coming to our stop, I had to walk around a little bit anyway. So on the way back, my brother beat us by 1 hour. 21 hours to 22 hours driving back from Florida to Wisconsin. So it's not bad for a car that has to charge instead of like filling up in 5 minutes.
That's not bad.
So,
Well, I think the Tesla trucks is teeter-tottering. I don't know, love, hate. It's very, specs good, shape's ugly.
it's gotten people talking. No news is bad.
Tesla, Elon Musk was not lying when he said this is not a truck for everyone.
Yeah.
He literally stated this is going to be the weirdest truck you've ever seen. And he was absolutely correct. This is John. You can check his podcast out in the link description below.
Team Blue Tesla Podcast.
Tesla Podcast. And now, for the surprise.
What's the surprise?
I'm in the line for a Tesla.
It's only $100 deposit. So you put a $100 deposit down for a Tesla truck.
I'm getting a Tesla truck.
High five to you. That's pretty awesome.
And here's why. After it grew on me, I don't look at this as a Tesla truck.
Cybertruck.
Cybertruck. Tesla Cybertruck. Whatever. I don't look at it as a Cybertruck. I had to sit there and think. He fucked everyone up. This is not a truck. This is literally a car. Like a truck.
That can haul shit.
That can haul
A
shit.
lot of shit.
Because that's what it is. It's an SUV with a bed.
Yeah.
It's a pimp-ass SUV with a bed. If people just came out and said this is not a truck, this is an SUV with a bed. 6 passengers, considered SUV. With a bed.
Yeah.
That looks like a DeLorean?
Yeah.
So, when I first saw it, I was like, it's not a truck. What the fuck? But then after I had rethought my thoughts, I realized, this is not a truck. This is just an SUV.
I agree. I like it there. And the 6 people is nice. You can have all your kids.
Yeah.
And you don't look like a tool in a minivan,
We will be revealing in 2 years.
Ever seen it in 2 years?
In 2 years,
You
Tesla truck.
save up the dough for 40,000.
Oh yeah. In 2 years, we will be reviewing a Tesla truck. No joke.
Alright, there. It's been making it time.
Okay, 2.5.
Maybe 3. and
Buys me time to save up the dough.
And we're not gonna smash the windows though,
No, you'll have to do that on your own.
Yeah, we're gonna do that shit. No.
Maybe take a hammer, not a sledgehammer, to the door.
Yeah, I like that design they do with the whole. They made the panels part of the frame.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So, anyways,
Till next
Shane
time.
likes the truck.
It's not a manual though.
I'm getting the truck. And tag, you're it. So I'm getting the Tesla truck.
Alright, bro, what model you get?
Oh, rear-wheel drive, the 39.9.
But I think that's a smart idea there. I'll tell you why. Because in my opinion, Four-wheel drive, unless you're going off-road, is useless. We have a Trailblazer, and we've only truly used the four-wheel drive twice. Once when the snowstorm was so bad here that we literally had 2 feet of snow. And the second time is when we went out west there and we decided to go off-road. And second, the other reason
All-wheel drive, sorry, I didn't know all-wheel drive.
Yeah. The second reason I think the all-wheel drive there is because the price that you get, you can use that $10,000 to put the optional extras like the solar panel, which will give you 15 miles per day, which was great for you.
Yeah. To me, 2 seconds quicker, 50 more miles, and another 15 to 2,000 pounds. Isn't that worth it? Who's hauling 2,000 pounds?
Or 10,000.
10,000 pounds worth
Not
of
us there. No.
Not us. So, I think it's just better to save the 10,000.
Yeah, I mean,
and rear-wheel drive, Tesla's handling fine. They're all rear-wheel drive.
And I'll be honest, I driven my Miata for 3 years in the snow, and I actually prefer to drive to give her control in the snow. And you lived with the Prius, for probably 5 years now, and you know, it doesn't, unless you're in 2 feet of snow, having four-wheel drive does you no good.
No good.
No good at all. So how often are you in 2 feet of snow? Maybe 1/300th of the year. That's not worth spending $10,000 for 1/3 of the year. And when you have $10,000 to spend on optional extras, such as the cool solar panel, and you know, you can haul 6,000, he says 7,000 pounds. We're never gonna do that. Where we pretty much hook that thing up to our pop-up camper or our trailer to haul refrigerators and stuff.
And you're out of there.
You're out of there. And with the new Tesla Superchargers, like 250 miles is not well. You know, I can tell you for a fact.
There's so many of them.
There's so many of them. I can tell you for a fact people who have Model 3s and Model S's. I know a few, and John being one of the Model 3. Yeah, he's boring though. And this isn't for boring people, not like him. They charge up, and let's say they weren't going to eat something. They're at like, and the more dead you are, the better you do. So let's say you're at 15%. You charge up in like 30 minutes, you're over 80% charged. So you know, it's really not that bad. Especially if you're going on a trip with kids, which this is definitely meant for. This awesome looking thing, not beautiful.
Oh, did you see the
But awesome.
Did you see the camping kit?
No.
They have a camping kit that you throw on the back of the bed, turns it into a tent.
That's cool. Like the Pontiac Aztek.
Yeah.
I hate the Aztek. That's ugly shit. But yeah, that's cool. No, I think that's really
And you can have it in any color, like DeLorean says, as long as it's stainless steel.
just like DeLorean said.
However, someone said just the black in there.
But no, I think you go stainless steel because stainless steel doesn't stain, doesn't
black's gonna be
corrode.
more expensive anyway.
Yeah, but
if you come over with like $1,000 more, it's like,
not just that, you know, the stainless steel. And I can tell you this because
it lasts forever.
It lasts forever, and if you dent stainless steel, which it does dent, you don't notice it. So you're not like my dent because you see
scratch, not dent. You'll notice a dent.
You don't really know because the way the panels reflect, you never really notice the dent because stainless steel reflects in a certain way. You just don't notice it. And I think if you get the rear drive $40,000 option, you're gonna save yourself at least $100 to $150 a month payment. So if you put a down payment on it, and it just makes more sense because most people aren't gonna haul that much. No truck guy's gonna buy this anyways. And it'll look cool, and you'll drive up to your work, and you'll sit there and let it charge, and you'll take your semi out, and you'll do your job.
This is pretty much a car.
It's a car
Jacked up.
Jacked up. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect.